Color is an important feature considered by consumers when shopping for various products. Marketing companies need to identify the colors that can create an intention to purchase and a desired atmosphere in retail stores. However, it is not easy to anticipate which colors will be popular for individual items, because consumers have different preferences depending on product types. Through the research reported here, we can deepen our understanding of the influence of color on consumers. In this study, researchers surveyed German consumers to obtain information on whether the participants thought color was important when shopping, how much they were influenced by color when buying various products, and what emotions and associations were related to various colors. First, the researchers examined the data and found that color was indeed important for the participants when shopping, with 68% of them mentioning color as a determining factor when choosing the product they intended to purchase. Next, the researchers investigated whether the degree of importance consumers put on color varied depending on the products purchased. Figure 1 shows 6 everyday products and the percentages of the participants who placed high importance on color when purchasing those products. The top 2 products were both those worn by the participants, and the 3 lowest were all electronic devices. A total of 36.4% of the participants placed importance on color for cell phones. This was the highest among the electronic products, but only slightly more than half of that for bags, which appeared one rank above. Figure 1. The percentages of the participants who placed high importance on color when purchasing 6 everyday products. Third, the researchers looked at the participants' perceptions of and associations with colors. The results showed that red had various meanings: love, danger, anger, and power. Green produced a relationship with nature, good luck, and health. Furthermore, the color white was associated with balance, health, and calm. Results showed each color had several different meanings. The findings summarized in the above passage explained how colors influenced German consumers. However, this influence may vary from country to country. In this globalized world, it has become easier to market products internationally, partly due to the increased use of the internet. Therefore, it is necessary to consider the importance consumers in other parts of the world place on color in their choices of products. The next part of this passage will examine this topic. Papa Bear Cooking School, Cooking Courses for Fathers. Papa Bear Cooking School was established in 1992 by Ralph Bierison. He recognized that many fathers liked to cook but often didn't have enough time to prepare meals. He hoped to share his interest in cooking meals in a short time that would taste good and be good for their families. At Papa Bear Cooking School, you can learn to create a variety of meals under the guidance of professional cooks, making you the envy of your family and friends. The following cooking courses start in the first week of May. Children aged 10 to 15 are welcome to join their fathers in the Sunday Family Breakfast course for $100 per child. All courses are 10 weeks long. Fees include all ingredients. Cooking knives, silverware, such as forks and spoons, and plates will be provided by the school. What to bring? An apron and towels. You can rent an apron and towel set for $6 per week or purchase a new set at our store for $50. An empty stomach. Check out our Papa Bear Cooking School website for details of our facilities and other cooking courses. Selections from the Exploration Journal for Planet X. Day 1. Our mission of scientific discovery continues, and there is something exciting to report. We may have finally found a planet capable of supporting life. The nearby planets were either too hot or too dry to support life, but this planet seems to be different. Its surface is mostly a blue liquid, though it is spotted with some green and brown parts, and some kind of white substance seems to be moving around the planet. Day 4. Now we are orbiting the planet. It seems that our assumption was correct. There are a few mechanical devices circling around it and their designs are rather complex. They were certainly made by some kind of intelligent beings. Are these machines part of a monitoring system? Have they signaled our approach? There doesn't seem to be any threat, so we have decided to ignore them and get closer to the planet. I hope that their inventors are friendly. Day 8. Unlike our planet, which is totally covered with the precious liquid that sustains us, the green and brown parts of this planet are too dry to support life. The blue part is mostly H2O in a liquid state. Although it is liquid, it is not quite the same as the liquid on our home planet. Still, we might be able to find life here. At least, according to our equipment, there seems to be something alive down there. We are ready to start direct observation and will soon dive in. I'm so excited that I won't be able to sleep tonight. Day 9. We succeeded in entering this unexplored liquid safely. The scenery around us was very similar to that of our planet, with soft plants gently waving back and forth. We also noticed a variety of thin-swimming creatures. How exciting! We have found life on this planet. However, we cannot see any creatures capable of producing an advanced civilization. Without arms, these swimming creatures wouldn't be able to build complex machines even if they were smart. Are the leaders of this planet hiding from us? Do they have reservations about meeting us? Is that why they use those flying objects to check out space? Hopefully, we will be able to find some answers. Day 12. We found a big object lying on the bottom. Its long body looked somewhat like our spaceship. It sat silently looking very old and damaged. Apparently, it isn't being used anymore. Maybe it is a part of the remains of this planet's ancient civilization. Day 19. Since we started our dive, we have seen many more unusual creatures. We were especially surprised to find one that looked very similar to us. The upper part of its body was round and soft. Underneath that were two large eyes and several long arms. It escaped quickly, leaving a cloud of black substance. We don't know if it is the most intelligent life on this planet, but our expectations for new discoveries continue to grow. Day 39. This part of our investigation will soon come to an end. We have found more remains and abandoned objects like the one we found earlier, but there have been no signs of the creatures who made them. Perhaps the leaders of this planet have died out. Anyway, we found life on this planet, which is a very big discovery. We must leave this planet for now, but we will certainly come back someday to continue our research. We will return home with amazing reports. Day 40. We silently floated up to the surface and then into the air. Just as we were leaving the planet, we saw a lot of strange creatures on the dry areas. What a shock! We, creatures living in liquid, had never imagined creatures like them. Floating safely in our ship's liquid, we realized that our common sense had led us to the wrong conclusion. History teaches us that technology and associated discoveries have changed how we understand the world. Many technological devices provide additional range and power to our natural capacities, such as our five senses. Among these devices, many enable us to see things that we cannot see with the naked eye. This change from invisible to visible has led to tremendous growth in our comprehension of the world and has strongly influenced our ways of thinking. In the 17th century, a scientist noticed that by holding two lenses together in a certain way he could make an object appear larger. He used this technique to construct the first simple telescope. Using these archaic telescopes, early scientists were able to describe the surface of the moon in detail and to see that Jupiter had at least 4 such satellites. Since that time, people have developed various devices that expand our range of sight, thus revealing facts about the universe that lies beyond the Earth. The telescope continues to offer us new views concerning things beyond our immediate reach. Later, the microscope was developed using principles similar to the telescope. The microscope allows us to study objects we normally cannot see because they are too small. Looking through a microscope opened up an entirely new world to scientists. Before the invention of the microscope, they couldn't see the structures of human tissues or cells in plants and animals. When they saw these things, they became aware that some things that they had thought were whole and could not be divided, actually consisted of smaller components. These were only visible with the assistance of microscopes. Today, electron microscopes allow us to investigate even smaller items, such as molecules. These advances have altered our concepts regarding the composition of things in the world. The invention of the camera also made the invisible world visible. In the world, everything is changing. Some things change faster than we can see. The camera is a tool that gives us the power to freeze change at different points in time. Series of pictures have revealed how birds move in flight and athletes run. The camera can also help us see changes that are so gradual that we usually don't notice them. For example, by comparing photos of the same scene taken months or years apart, we can gain insights into how societies change. There are many other ways besides these in which the camera has changed our perceptions of the world. In the late 19th century, machines that used the newly discovered X-rays revolutionized the way in which we looked at things. Rather than seeing only the surface of an object, we gained the ability to look into it or through it, bringing the inner elements of many things into our range of view. This capability proved practical in the workplace, useful in laboratories and museums, and instructive in universities. One of the most important applications was in medicine. Doctors often had difficulty diagnosing illnesses or finding problems inside the body. X-rays allowed them to look into their patients, identify where there were problems, and cure them. This use of X-rays brought new understandings and methods for diagnosis and treatment. Different technological devices have made it possible to observe things that we could not see with the naked eye. This has significantly altered our understandings of the world around us. Each technological advance changes us in unpredictable ways, and each discovery increases our knowledge about the world. Just as the devices mentioned above have done, new devices will continue to impact our lives and change our ways of thinking in the future.